Welcome, Leo. This is your August 3rd to August 9th forecast. Happy birthday again. I hope you're having a wonderful month so far. And we're going to focus in on this Lionsgate portal on August 8th. So that's going to be the peak of your season's energy. And this is your activation week. So this Lionsgate is going to amplify your soul's voice. It's going to create bold creativity and give you a magnetic presence, and you're being guided to practice gratitude to your inner child and embrace playful purpose. Let's see what else we have for Leo for this week. And I'm going to take most of these upright unless I feel called to do, if it comes out in reverse. If I feel called to do that, I'll take it. But we have the Dawn of Rings here. What else? We have two. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and also the Two of Wands. Interesting. All right. So you may be setting plans or deciding what your next steps are as it relates to just any area that you really want to apply this towards. You are understanding that this is going to be a journey for you. This is not something that may happen immediately or right away, but I do see that there's opportunity here for you to sort of rewrite your plans and identify, like, specifically the things that your dreams, your desires, your hopes. What is it that you want to accomplish and achieve here? So it's about like dreaming and also bringing that down into the 3D through your inspired action here. Okay. So we'll get into it, but I feel like you are willing to put in the work here, but we are going to get into that. We also have the Queen of Pentacles here. So yes, understanding exactly that this is a journey here, and you know, there is inspired effort that is a part of this process here, but you can absolutely be successful. We do have success here for you and good fortune coming your way, but I do want to clarify that it is going to take inspired action and effort on your part. And also you need to visualize and put that out into the universe, so the universe knows what types of things that you're looking for, what experiences are you desiring here. And also you don't need to have like a plan really detailed out or set in stone. You need to know what you want, what you're desiring, some ideas as far as how you can work towards that, so you can start to take that inspired action, and then just trust that the universe is bringing you exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose and to fulfill your dreams here. Okay. So I also feel like there's opportunity really to close some old chapters, to let go of anything that's not releasing, or anything that's not helpful to you as part of this process. So definitely release burdens, pain, anxiety, fears, worries, doubts, in any individuals that don't have your best interest in mind, any circumstances or situations as well. So I'm hearing that for some of you, and I know, you know, essentially you can apply this how you see fit, but I am hearing something specific to career as well. So if you feel like you're not living your purpose, and that's, you know, what you're doing now is not what you're designed to do, then you will want to explore that here as well. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but maybe someone is considering, like, what am I doing here? What is my focus here? All right, wonderful, because this is about you. Really, there's strong messages here also about you taking inspired action. So if you feel like you haven't been doing that, it's a really strong message here. It continues to come out. So I'm going to say it again, but this is really about, like, what are you desiring? And then now take action, take steps toward it here. So we do have, I want to look at obstacles. Okay, so you are going to receive some obstacles here. You are going to see some opportunities come your way, but you may create obstacles, or you may self-sabotage, is what I was trying to say there. But yeah, you definitely are going to have opportunities, but there is some sort of issue here where you may not feel as ready to pursue them, or there may be something that is holding you back here. So we also have Judgment here. Okay, so there's definitely these ideas, these options that we're looking at here. There is definitely a little bit of contrast as you go to explore them, as you go to execute them. You may also be wanting to do like a little more research to make sure that they're balanced, or that you're, and you can never be sure of the outcome, right? But you may want to do a little research to understand, like, okay, well, if I do A, then what are the consequences of A? If I do B, you know, what are the consequences of that? So you may be doing that type of evaluation and assessment here, but I do feel like there's a little more here that you need to understand as you are making decisions here. So that is something that you definitely want to pay attention to here, as opposed to just like, oh, I'm just going to do A and not worry about it. No, this is about you. If you're going to take a risk, even make sure that it's a calculated risk, that you are doing that research and you are understanding like what it is involved with it. How does this feel for me? You're connecting with your intuition and allowing that to guide you and to help you with your decision-making process. So let's look at underlying here. So we have the Six of Cups. So I believe this came out last week as well. Maybe not, but just family, the family component, the family dynamic here is something that is on your mind here. So there may be something in your environment that there's resistance there, or things are not necessarily how you're envisioning your home life to be at this time, or there may be some things you're working through in your relationships here. So with your partner, with your children, with your other family here. So yeah, we're seeing here that there may be a little bit of contrast here that you are sort of working through, and you do have a little bit of fear or anxiety, or you're just a little unsure about how all of that is going to work out and what it means for you, like where you're going to see yourself here as a result of maybe some decisions within the family that are being made or need to be made, we'll say. So let's look at your beliefs or goals. So some of you are feeling a little discouraged when it comes to love, and I know this is really sort of really geared more towards spirituality here, but we are seeing, like, I am hearing like very specific ways that you are applying this information, and love is really what is being brought to me at this time. So some of you may feel like a little undesired, or that there is some things that you're working through with your partner. I'll just say it that way without getting too far down in the weeds in it. But some of you just may be not feeling like, you just may be feeling like, I don't know if I'm hearing maybe like it's a little bit of a hopeless situation, or like you're trying things and they're not working, or you're really wanting you and your partner to go in a particular direction, and then you're just having a little bit of difficulty with that. You're encountering some resistance for that. And also they may be bringing up things to you as to why there is this resistance there, or needs that they have that aren't being fulfilled. And you have, every right to express your needs as well. And so it is going to need to be this collaboration between you two, as far as you thinking of ways that you can satisfy yourself and give yourself the unconditional love that you should always be doing, but then also be with a partner that is giving themselves the unconditional love that they deserve and that is theirs, but also you giving unconditional love to each other as well, and finding that place where you both are healed, whole, and complete, and you're able to work together on any obstacles that you may be facing at this time. So you see, like, it's a lot involved with that. It's not about just like coming to the table and, oh, well, let's just change this. Like, no, I'm hearing that there are other components and aspects that you both need to work on within the self that it's part of this process. Okay. So we do have the transformation here. We're seeing that. And I do also feel like I'm going to switch to your approach here. And there may be like a little bit of chaos going on, a little bit of disorganization. You may be saying one thing one day, but then something happens and then you shift and you're saying something different the next day, or you make a decision today, but then tomorrow you have a different decision. So you may be going back and forth on some things here, especially just within your mind, on your strategies and your wants and your desires and your needs here. So there's a lot that you have going on. There's a lot that you're thinking through. And I'm going to say already, and I'm quite sure it's going to come out, but definitely connect with soul family at this time. So in addition to going within, connecting with source, with your higher self, and hearing those messages and that guidance and those downloads that you're receiving, if you feel like you're not as strong in that area, then absolutely connect with soul family, or either way, connect with soul family, because there may be a coach, a mentor. You may want to see a licensed professional. And, again, there may be other soul family members out there, or just even communities that you can join to learn more about, whatever it is that you are working your way through. And also, I want to be clear that you don't have to tell all your business. You don't have to share all the information. You just, there may be a particular circumstance or situation, or, a way that you can frame it so it's not giving away or telling all of your business. Of course, share what you feel comfortable with sharing here is the idea. So let's look at your external environment. Yeah, so you may find that as you are trying to work through some things, you are encountering that resistance, and you may be feeling like, well, this isn't fair. I need this and I need that, and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. But I am going to ask you to keep an open mind and be flexible and be adaptable, because what I found in my experience, and this is probably just me, but if I in the relationship say like, oh, well, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that, then there's also things that your partner is going to say like, oh, well, if we're talking about things we need, I need this and I need that, and I want to have more of this, and you know what I mean? So there's always going to be components from both sides that need to be considered here as a part of the collaboration process. So that's why I'm seeing here like there is some resistance, or there is some needs that from your partner's perspective as well, that they feel they want to be addressed here. So just be aware of that as you are working through conflict. Okay, so let's look at some guidance here, get you some messages. Wonderful. So you may find that taking a leadership approach, and that is one where you are, and I'm hearing like transformational leadership style, where you are sort of allowing the process to, run its course here, and you are coming to the table in a more collaborative manner. And the transformational leadership process is really one where you're kind of letting the team, you're just inspiring the team to come up with ideas and come up with ways to solve their problems and things. And, that may not fit with the relationship, but I mean it to say that, just the openness, the adaptability, the flexibility with sharing, and then also receiving feedback and exploring ideas that you may have, that, someone that you're trusting here, your soul family may have, or your partner may have here. So it's really about that openness. And as a leader, being a leader, you are open to what others have to say. You are acting in a collaborative manner in a lot of cases. Okay, so that's what you're being called to connect with, that type of energy and those characteristics, so that you can proactively address issues and collaboratively work through obstacles and challenges, so that you're coming up with solutions that are a win-win for you and your partner and for everyone that's involved. So we do have the 10 of Wands here as well. Interesting. So you're also being guided here to release any burdens that you have, release any outdated ideas or things that aren't true about you. Because I'm hearing like you may be telling yourselves like some things that just are not true about, you know, who you are, how you act, what you look like. And none of those things are true. And how you know is if it's a thing that you would say is negative, then it's not true. So we know that already. So that's why I'm saying you're telling yourself things that aren't true. So really look at what you're telling yourself, think about it, stop yourself in the process and change it with something that is positive, that is actually true about you. Like instead of saying, you know, like, am not a good communicator, you could say, I am learning every day how to be a better communicator. Okay, so that's just one really quick, small example. And then what inspired action could you take to be a better communicator? Maybe it's look up emotional intelligence and take some pointers from that. Okay, so that's a type of experience you're being guided towards here, of recognizing, acknowledging the ways that you are learning and taking the lessons from that, figuring out what your next steps are, and doing that as you move forward. Okay, so let's see what else. So we have you trusting your inner compass and being led from within. And we did mention this previously as far as you listening to your intuition and allowing yourself to be divinely guided. So if I didn't mention that, because I was trying to look for the card where I said it, but I don't see it. But, you know, I'm saying it here now. So, all right. So we do have ecstasy, bliss, and belief. So I love that because I feel like that is really speaking towards your viewpoint on things and your perspective on things and how you are resolving conflicts, how you are healing yourself, and how you are coming to that understanding that you are whole and you are complete. Okay, so I'm going to get one more here. What else? So we have you answering the call, leadership, empowerment, and soul gifts. So this I know we definitely have talked about here because we have the leadership here coming out. So you are going to be proud of yourself for the way that you are managing your communications and working through obstacles, and also opening yourself up to ideas and information that's coming to you. So pay attention to those signs and those synchronicities that you are seeing, because there are messages in that. As well as you continuing to do your self-care practices and connecting with your intuition, with source, with your higher self, and allowing that guidance to come through and allowing life to flow through you. Okay, Leo? So those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week.